Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Factions is a stirring multiplayer experience. It's enthralled with engaging gameplay moments connecting fans together because of it, all since its launch in 2013 alongside the beloved narrative between protagonists Joel and Ellie. It's quite the understatement when I say this, but I absolutely adore The Last of Us Factions and have even logged over 1,000 total hours on the PlayStation 4 version alone, not including my experiences on both the PlayStation 3 and PS5 console versions. With the new year upon us, I wanted to prepare an analysis video on The Last of Us Factions 2 and discuss how Naughty Dog is creating the perfect successor to the first title. When Naughty Dog announced The Last of Us Part 2, much of the community speculated on the inclusion of a multiplayer component long before it would eventually be revealed that the game would launch without one, focusing on a narrative-exclusive experience. The studio gathered a response, citing that they are hard at work creating an ambitious new standalone multiplayer experience unlike any that have come before. They also detailed the inclusion of additional narratives yet to be told exclusively in this new multiplayer project. This collection of stories is set in the beautifully polished and defined world of The Last of Us, but takes a competitive perspective by introducing them exclusively as a co-op multiplayer journey. Recent areas which Naughty Dog have emphasized their focus on would be the studio's obsession with ultra-realistic character detail and graphical fidelity, paired with their vision amplified by gameplay scope. This is all while writing powerful narratives that resonate with their target audience, for good or bad, as seen exemplified by The Last of Us Part 2's polarizing reactions to integral story parts. The fully realized character detail and attention to graphical realism seems paramount. Naughty Dog titles often push technical boundaries whilst continuing to defy industry standards, which is mostly what a large slew of gamers accept as generation games that release in quantity but rarely quality. Games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and even sports titles to name a few. They all rarely strive for compelling narratives that would be renownedly recognized and instead are produced for casual audiences to indulge in baseless and endless fun. The progressions which Naughty Dog have made each game is exciting, and if this new Factions 2 title can mirror the same graphical appreciation from past titles, then I think the project will succeed and provide eagerly awaiting fans with something remarkable. On the topic of scope, Naughty Dog continues to raise the bar, with industry-defining moments from their creative illustrations and equally the passion the studio shares for game development. The degree of care is unmatched as exhibited by the large scope their games display. Naughty Dog's open linear segments in Uncharted 4 and other recent games gives an impression on how the team is adapting to modern technology and creative concepts. No doubt, The Last of Us Factions 2 title will feature areas of openness that players can explore, myself speculating that this development may include Naughty Dog's first attempt at a Battle Royale experience, a game mode concept that has redefined the multiplayer experience and continues to do so. Imagine this. You spawn into a hot, desolate environment located in the southern west state of California. Destruction looms of past conflicts in the decaying yet verdant world of The Last of Us. You're injured but heavily armed and ready to fight against warring factions and any infected being that has plagued the American West Coast. You're tasked with an extraction point located on a seemingly deserted yacht, which is actually occupied by your enemy. You can either fight against all odds or abandon the mission and recruit other survivalists to attack in sequence. You can choose to do this alone or, like I said, with company, all while trying to survive a devastating gas storm whose emergence remains unknown. That's how I imagine this Factions project to be, a well-crafted game experience that pays close attention to source material from the game's narrative while telling new stories. If anybody can pull off a post-apocalyptic multiplayer game with intricate gameplay, sundry environments, and endless fun, all compiled in a simple but engaging narrative, it would most certainly be Naughty Dog. And I have all the faith in the world to believe that the team can succeed with tremendous praise. Remaining faithful to previous gameplay mechanics while improving upon them adds a fresher feel to the overall experience. Thus, players should expect the game to feature prone and dodge options, which are all familiar from The Last of Us Part 2. Both mechanics could amplify the thrill tenfold, especially with Naughty Dog's respect for realism. On that front, Naughty Dog is preparing this multiplayer title by hiring industry people with ample game experience. Recent job postings allude to this game featuring a lot of in-depth character customizations, fully realized monetization economies, and with this team's bigger ambition at thought, I am looking forward to more reveals surrounding this title before its release and becoming the next big thing in gaming. As recent as a few months ago, Naughty Dog hired former Fortnite systems designer Anders Howard, where he now resides as the studio's principal monetization designer. Anders is supposedly responsible for Fortnite's core battle pass and the progression system in that game. This has left me and others to deduce that Naughty Dog's Factions 2 game will likely be a live service experience and will be Battle Royale. Though some in the community have taken no time to voice their concerns, I feel obliged to speak up for it. And not only is Fortnite, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty Warzone all successful Battle Royale games, they're also really good, and so if Naughty Dog has a team of dedicated developers, there's no reason why this Factions 2 game shouldn't reach the same level of popularity, largely when the core game takes place in a chilling post-apocalyptic setting. With Naughty Dog's co-president Neil Druckmann providing an update on The Last of Us IP and the future for it for 2023, he explained how the studio will bring to offer you some details on our ambitious The Last of Us multiplayer game. On the official Naughty Dog website blog post named Reflecting on a Big Year to Come for The Last of Us, Neil also added that this project is shaping up to be a fresh new experience from our studio, but one rooted in Naughty Dog's passion for delivering incredible stories, characters, and gameplay. In June of 2022, during Summer Games Fest, there was a concept art that was released, and Neil had to say the following about their Factions project. We aim to make our newest entry into multiplayer inviting new players while still a thrilling challenge for more of our seasoned fans. If that doesn't convince people that the PlayStation studio Naughty Dog is working on making this experience one of the greatest multiplayers ever, then I don't know what will. But what I do know is that we fans of the game mode can expect more to come this year, and I am extremely excited to see Factions get the love it finally deserves. With all that said, I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching this brief analysis piece on The Last of Us Factions and how Naughty Dog is crafting the perfect sequel.